Well, I don't think any of you predicted this video. Shit joke. Never mind. Welcome to the Premier League predictions. It's been a long year since I last did predictions and only got, I think it was only 4 right. Could be worse. I mean, could have been none. But anyway, it's time to get going. We're going to start with from 20th and we're going to go up to 1st with the champions. So let's get relegating then. So in 20th, I have Watford. They've had an interesting kind of road, the Championship back to the Premier League. I think they're going to do okay, but not okay enough for the Premier League. I think they're going to be 20th. They've signed players such as Josh King to add to their already millions attack, and Danny Rose and Peter Etebo as my kind of 3 top signings, let's just say. Right, then 19th, we're going to have Norwich. Norwich, of course, back in the Premier League, bouncing back. That's what I like to see, bouncing back. And it transfers in. We've got Ben Gibson, Billy Gilmore from Chelsea on loan. Quite a highly rated Scot until he touched Mason Mount and then took him out for a game at the Euros, but it was all fine because we got to the final. Angus Gunn from Southampton, the goalkeeper, of course. Milo Rashica, you might remember him from the FTS series. We played him in season 1. Dimitris Giannoulis Pieli Mielo, who is a very highly rated French winger. I'm looking forward to seeing him. Newcastle then, 18th. They've literally made no transfers and have still got Mike Ashley, so I see them going down this season. Then, in 17th, it is another promoted team. It's Brentford. Now, Brentford, I'm very excited for. They gave us a fantastic game in the friendly against Man United. I was quite impressed with them. So, transfers in, they've got Christopher Ayer from Celtic and Frank Onyenka from FC Midtjylland. This is going to be quite an interesting squad to see what Brentford can do this season, but I have a feeling they're going to beat the drop. Very good feeling they're going to beat the drop. They haven't really made any transfers out. It's been mainly about loans and youth players back to the Championship. Give them some minutes, which is quite important, of course. But anyway, on to Brighton in 16th. They've brought in Kjell Scherpen from Ajax, Enoch Mepu from Salzburg, and Jeremy Sarmiento. Sorry, I can't pronounce his name. Jeremy. I apologise. Right, then they've also brought out the overhead kick king, Jahan Bakash. I'm having a really bad field there, you can probably tell. Then they've brought in David Propper from PSV, and they've also lost David Propper, and they've also lost Ben White to Arsenal, but more on Arsenal in a minute because they're going to be quite interesting. Then 15th, Crystal Palace. Now, Crystal Palace have probably had one of the best windows I've probably seen of a Premier League bottom half club this summer. Michael Elise from Reading, Mark Guehi from Chelsea, the defender. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. Joachim Andersen from Lyon, he was very good at the Euros for Denmark. Conor Gallagher from Chelsea on loan. Nathaniel Klein as a free agent. And then they've also got rid of 4 big players from their main squad. Gary Cahill, Mamadou Sakho, Andros Townsend and Wayne Hennessy all leave. Andros Townsend and Hennessy going to Everton and Burnley respectively. Right, Burnley. Now they've brought in Wayne Hennessy, as mentioned earlier, just literally a second ago, and Nathan Collins from Stoke. Burnley, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. Of course, they're always a team that kind of beats expectations, let's say. They were in the bottom half, I believe, last season, and they're probably going to be in the bottom half again this season because the teams above them strengthening more than they have. Obviously, take my comments with a pinch of salt, please do. Burnley are Burnley. They'll do what they do. And, yeah, I just hope Sean Dyche isn't watching this so he doesn't headbutt me. He probably would, or get into a scrap. I'd probably lose. But anyway, then 13th, Southampton, 9-0 twice. Sorry. Transfers in, Theo Walcott from Everton and Tino Livramento from Chelsea. I believe that was on a permanent deal. I believe they've also brought in Armando Broja. I can't remember, but overnight last night. But I can't remember because I made these notes yesterday. Sorry. Mario Lemina goes to Nice to play with the Ligue League On side. Ryan Bertrand goes out to Leicester, and Danny Ings, big signing that was a huge shock that came at such a big surprise. He's off to Aston Villa. Then Wolves 12th. Of course, they were fluttering in the Europa League quarterfinals about a year ago actually. It's a bit of a fall from grace, this one. But they brought in Jose Sa from Olympiacos, Ryan Aït-Nouri on a permanent deal from Angers, Francisco Trincao from Barcelona on loan, which would be very interesting to see, because he's had a bit of the messy touch. It's like the Midas touch, but messy. And then Rui Patricio goes out to join Jose Mourinho's Roma, and then Ruben Vinagre goes home to Sporting Lisbon. Right, that's fine. 11th. Bloody hell, 11th. Everton. Right. I might end up getting quite a lot of shit for this one, but we'll see. Andros Townsend comes in from Crystal Palace, and Damari Gray from Bayer Leverkusen. The two main signings this summer. Now, free transfers out. Josh King goes to Watford, and Theo Walcott to Southampton, and Gylfi Sigurdsson to HMP FC. Let's move on then to 10th, which is Tottenham. Yeah, you might have looked in a bit surprised at that. Tottenham 10th. Nuno Espirito Santo, he's brought in 2 Atlanta players, Romero and Golini. Golini on loan. And then Brian Gill comes on a swap deal from Sevilla, and Eric Lamela goes the other way. They've also lost 3 kind of players from their benches. Toby Alderweireld goes to Al Dalal in the Middle East. Joe Hart goes up north to Celtic, and Juan Foyth goes to Villarreal, and the Europa League champions going into the Champions League next season. Champions League review will come very soon, I promise that, once we know what the groups are. But yeah, I think Tottenham will also lose Harry Kane, so at some point in the season. I think he's got a year left on his contract, but he said he wants to leave, and he had a gentleman's agreement with the club. So I'm quite interested to see what happens there with Tottenham, but I don't think they're going to finish highly or in the European places. Then another shock, of course, West Ham in 9th. Alphonse Areola, the main signing, comes in on loan from PSG. Felipe Anderson goes out, but I think West Ham in 9th for me suits them. They're going into European football, into the Europa League group stage for the first time in a long while, I believe. So I think, and they've also lost their star man, Jesse Lingard. I call him star man because he was a star man, really, come on. But I think West Ham in 9th will probably be the most probable likelihood, considering the teams that are about to come above. So in 8th, it's Leeds. So I believe Leeds this season will push for promotion place. Signings Junior Firpo and Jack Harrison from Barcelona and Man City respectively. Lewis Bates from Chelsea, the youth signing, who is quite highly rated, I believe, in the Chelsea youth ranks. And then Christopher Claesen from Vålerenga over in, I believe it's Norway. I think it's Norway. But 2 transfers out. Ezgian Alioski from North Macedonia has been released. Of course, played a very good Euros, but I don't believe he's going to a club. For a while, it might be a shame to see him not in a shirt anymore. But Pablo Hernandez goes off to Castellon as well. Then in 7th, you're going to be shocked and surprised at this one. It's Aston Villa. So Aston Villa, I think, have had one of the best summers of any Premier League team. They brought in Emiliano Buendia from Norwich City, Ashley Young from Inter Milan, Axel Tuanzebe from Manchester United on loan, Danny Ings from Southampton, and Leon Bailey from Bayer Leverkusen. Of course, the main transfer out, and the key thing is Jack Grealish, who's now gone to Man City. More on that in a bit. Tom Heaton also goes to Manchester United as a key profile signing. But I think that front three of Leon Bailey, Emiliano Buendia, and Danny Ings is going to tear up the league this season. So if you're having a think for your fantasy football team, get them in, 100%. I've got Buendia and Bailey in for me, let's just say. Then in 6th, picking up a year. Oh, and actually, sorry about Aston Villa. I forgot to mention, this would be enough for your European football next season, so in the 2022-23 season in the UEFA Europa Conference League, that would mean, but there's only one condition, and that would mean a team in the top 4 would have to win the Carabao Cup, I believe. I think it's the Carabao Cup. Can't remember. And then also, I think someone had to win the FA Cup. Yeah, so I think it's 2 teams had to win Europa Conference League. Yeah, that's fine. It's all right. So I just had to make that maths. Then in 6th, it's Arsenal. Yes, top 6 is probably a goal this season, but it's fine. Nuno Tavares from Benfica, Albert Sombilakonga from Anderlecht, and Ben White from Brighton. The 3 main signings so far this summer. Have I stepped on? Fucking hell. I don't know what that is. It's fine. But Nuno Tavares, Albert Sombilakonga, and Ben White coming from Benfica, Anderlecht, and Brighton, respectively. David Luiz has been released, and Matteo Guendouzi has gone on to Marseille on loan. Then in 5th, it's Leicester City. Leicester City, of course, missed out just on the final day last season with Champions League football, but they made some smart signings this summer. Ryan Bertrand in from Southampton, Boubakary Samari in from Lille, and Patson Daka in from RB Salzburg. Wes Morgan's retired, of course, their captain from the 2016 Premier League winning season, and Christian Fuchs goes to Charlotte FC, the new startup over in the MLS. Maxwell will be quite happy about that one. On to 4th then, and this is going to be a bit surprising now. Some of you might think, because the top 4 race this season, any team could go in any order, but this is all I think it's going to be. So Liverpool are going to be in 4th, I believe. Ibrahim Konate for RB Leipzig comes in on I think it was a 35 million release clause deal. Then Harry Wilson goes out to Fulham, and Marko Grujic goes to Porto. Manchester United then in 3rd. I think we've had a good summer, but I don't think we're still as strong as some of the other teams. That's Chelsea and Man City. Then, so Jadon Sancho comes in with Rafael Varane and Tom Heaton so far. Talks are progressing on a defensive midfielder, though, from what I'm hearing. And Sergio Romero is the only high-profile signing or high-profile player to go out so far, and I believe he's going to... I think he was close to signing with a Spanish club. I can't remember off the top of my head. Don't judge me on that. But then in 2nd, then, of course, it has to be Chelsea for me. The European champions have strengthened, interestingly enough. Romelu Lukaku comes in from Inter Milan, I believe. I don't think he's been announced yet. Fabrizio has. Transfers out go, and it's 2 outs to AC Milan, Olivier Giroud and Fikayo Tomori, sorry. Got that wrong. But then at the top, it's Man City. I don't think anybody on the planet would not put Man City as title champions this season. Jack Grealish comes in from Aston Villa, but they've lost 2 key players. Sergio Aguero and Eric Garcia go out to Barcelona. Probably am regretting that now, I must say. But anyway, that is my Premier League predictions then for the season. So to run through it again, Man City top, Chelsea 2nd, Man United 3rd, Liverpool 4th, Leicester 5th, Arsenal 6th, 7th Aston Villa, 8th Leeds United, West Ham 9th, 10th Tottenham, Everton 11th, Wolves 12th, 13th Southampton, 14th Burnley, Crystal Palace 15th, Brighton 16th, 17th Brentford, then relegated in 18th, 19th, 20th, Newcastle, Norwich and Watford. So that's it for the Premier League predictions. Make sure to join my fantasy league in the description below. And yeah, I guess that's it for predictions. See you all later.